Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in with Game Point with 2V Streams. Tonight we have in the building Nielle Reaves and her coach, Katrina. So how we feeling, ladies?
Awesome.
How y'all day
Good.
going?
Great.
Wow, getting ready for this game tonight.
Oh, you
Any
gotta put it up.
any practice today, trainings?
No, we have a game actually versus Sheehan
Tonight?
tonight,
Yes.
7 o'clock.
You guys ready for that?
Yes.
So, Nielle, what do you recall about your freshman year with basketball? How were you performing?
I was performing all right. I wasn't the best. I was performing all right. Fun. I was a sixth man coming off the bench. So I had a great team, great teammates, great coaches.
Okay. How many points were you averaging?
Like what? 10,
7 to 8.
7, 8.
Was that enough
For me, yes.
for you? Okay. What stopped you from not getting a little more than that?
My
Or you
mindset.
feel your mindset?
Yes.
What about your mindset? Was it
Uh,
doubt?
Yeah, it was a lot of doubt, and then I let my emotions get the best of me a lot my freshman year, when I knew I couldn't really do that, but I adjusted.
Why the self doubt?
I was coming into high school. I was really nervous, especially coming from a team that just won a state championship, and then also it was just I had a lot of growing up to do.
Coach, were you her coach at the time her freshman year?
Yeah.
What was it like to coach her?
It was great. You know, like she said, just growth in itself, mentally and physically. She's very young, so coming in and stepping into the varsity and playing and being the sixth man off the bench, and to bring that spark and that energy to make us better. Coming off the bench, she did a really good job. There was a lot of pressure for her too.
So her freshman year, that was enough for her. Or do you think she could have won a little more?
Oh, always. We're always looking for a little bit more, but she's made that up throughout these years.
Okay, that's good. Now your junior year rolls around. What changed
My
from
junior
freshman year to the junior year?
A lot. I need it was way more in leadership that was needed from my side, a lot more. It was crazy amount of leadership that was needed.
Did the points go up with what you were averaging?
Way up.
How
Way
many?
up.
What were you averaging?
What, 15, 16 a game?
Okay. What changed? What caused you to go from to 8 to 15?
My mindset had to change. Like I said, my mindset was really weak. I knew that my team needed me. I knew it was a lot of responsibilities, and I knew that coming into a game Hill House is always doubted, or we have a target on our back. So I
Yes.
know I have to dominate. I have to do this because we want to win. My team needs me, and I want to win for my team itself.
Definitely. Now, how did you change your mindset? Because that's not an easy thing to do.
It was a reality check. High school really was a reality check. Even though COVID happened, high school was a real reality check. And I knew my coaches played a huge role in that because every time they told me what they needed from me, it helped me more. My teammates, my family, I really don't even know how my mindset changed, but I just had a reality check, really a big one.
Now, what type of trainings were you doing to boost your points and your performance?
A lot of AAU training, and then training with her, especially putting up extra shots, or with my teammate Trinity, my old teammate Trinity. She used to not make me, but tell me, yo, nah, we're going to the gym, we want this dub. She'll have me work on my handles, my shooting. There's a lot of drills she introduced me to, and Coach Katrina.
Okay. Now, Coach Katrina, when did you see that Nielle could be a superstar with high school basketball?
7th and 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah, she was a standout.
What
she
did you
wanted
notice? Was it the dribbling, the shooting, defense?
her aggressiveness, wanting to win, her competitive nature. And she also comes from a rich history of basketball players. You know, she had her two aunts that played beforehand, and they dominated the game at Hill House.
Okay.
So I know she already had it in her, just the drive. But she dominated 7th and 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Nielle, did you feel a little pressure playing basketball? Because,
Yes.
Two aunts are good.
Coming into high school, I had actually my aunt, Denisha Pierce, I had her number 25.
Okay.
And that was a lot of pressure because she expected me to put up double digits with her jersey on. And that really took a lot of pressure on to the point where I changed my jersey number.
Really?
Yes.
Sure did.
Oh, my God. Now, what were the conversations like with her about basketball?
It's never sweet. It's never sweet. She's always on me. I understand, she says everything out of love, because she knows, I need it. So it's straight up, you can't wear my jersey if you're not doing this. She'll just tell me straight up. And I was just I'm trying, but then she'll be you're not, because I know what you can do and I know what you're capable of.
Okay. Now, was the change of the jersey, was that something hard, or was it easy to just switch to a new number?
I just told Coach Christian, I was like, I need another number. Like, I can't do it. Like, I ended up switching to 24.
Yeah. So, do you feel like that helped you, like, kind of be your own person with the basketball?
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Now, let's talk about the 1,000 points. When did the road to the 1K start for you?
I don't even know. Like, she didn't even tell. Like, she didn't tell me.
So you just dropping points, you just balling.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, like, leading up to the 1K points, did you feel like you have something to prove?
Yes. Like, like I always feel like I have something to prove, because most like with the SEC thing with our conference, like you, how do I say this? Like, you have to dominate. Like, you have to come in there and dominate. You have to let teams know, like, you're gonna have to stop me, and if you don't stop me, then guess what? Me and my team are gonna win. Right? I'm like, I'm the spark plug on the team. Like, I'm the energy starter. So it's like, you're not stopping me. Then guess what? The rest of the team is gonna do their job too.
When did you realize, like, yo, like, I could be the best ever?
Truthfully, I just realized that like last year.
Last year?
Like, I had like a lot of like self, like, you don't learn yourself quickly. You don't learn yourself easily. So like, as I got older, I started to learn myself more. Like, I realized last year, like, yo, I can really dominate. Like, I really can do this.
When did you start to learn yourself?
Truthfully, COVID year.
COVID year?
I had a lot of time at home, like a lot of time at home. So like, COVID year really helped me learn myself and do things I never did before that interest me.
Yeah. Like, you picked up the skateboard, right?
Oh yeah,
COVID?
yeah.
What
Me
else?
and my best friend used
Yeah.
to go all the time.
Is she still skateboarding, your best friend?
No,
No?
No.
Did she just stop?
yeah, she just stopped. We just stopped. Picked up a bat. We got back to basketball. So,
Are you still skateboarding?
I don't skateboard in season because if I hurt, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. So how do you feel when you see her on a skateboard?
Well, I never seen her. She made sure not to show me. But I can just say for her, her character was built through the toughness and through trials. So we didn't always have winning seasons throughout her career, but she never gave up. She was determined. So that built her character and confidence.
Yes.
And as freshman year, she made all SEC team. Sophomore year, all SEC. Junior year, and we had some compliments this year from head coaches that she's the best player in our league. And by hands down, SEC is the best conference in the
Yes.
state and the toughest. So I don't know how much more she would need to believe in herself, because other schools do too.
Definitely, I agree. Now, what were the feelings like when you finally joined the 1K team?
I was really tired in the middle of that game. First of all, it was very intense in the first half. So.
Okay.
It felt good, especially it felt good knowing that my aunt was able to give me the ball. One of my aunts was, because my other aunt doesn't live here, but like my other aunt, it felt good knowing that she gave me the ball. I got a little emotional. I wasn't supposed to get teary eyed. I was just supposed to be like, oh, let's go. Now back to the game. But I ended up like getting a little teary.
Now, how were you performing that game? Did you come out on fire, or were you just chill?
Like that wasn't my best game.
That
That's why
wasn't-
she's looking at it like
That's why we
that.
don't talk 1,000 points.
Okay.
We just play basketball.
Just play
Yeah,
basketball.
it wasn't my best game.
No.
It wasn't my best game, but
Why wasn't it your best game? How were you performing?
like all right. It wasn't my best. Like, my shots weren't falling. Layup. Well, I don't think I missed that many layups. I don't think I did. But and then, yeah, it was just my shots weren't falling. I don't feel like I was being my aggressive self. Like, I wasn't really playing how I usually play. Like, my game just felt off. Like,
Okay.
weird. I was trying to fix it, but it wasn't working.
Yeah. Coach, how did you feel about that when you saw that she wasn't balling how she could ball?
Well, I mean, she picked it up on the defensive end. So offensively, it may not be her night.
Mhm.
You know, she still tried to pick her team up. She still worked hard. I didn't sub her that game. You know, she pushed through everything. So offensively, she wasn't looking for her shot. I pulled her out more as a guard. I didn't really have her inside, so it was a little bit different. I made those corrections. That was a coach's mistake. So we're looking to come back powerful tonight to, you know,
Was
redeem
there
ourselves.
okay? Was there a reason you were pulling her out?
Yeah, so I have some really dominant post players also. In Nielle, in college, she's going to play guard. So I like for her to have that experience. She's a great shooter. She's one of the two best three-point shooters we have on our team. And she's a combo guard. If you put a small guard on her, she's going to go by her. I could post her up. I can pull out another forward. Are they going to defend her for the three? Most likely they're going to step back for the drive.
Okay.
So I can do a lot of things with her from the outside.
All right. Now, so in another interview, we talked about one of your injuries. So, which injury took like the most toll on you?
Um, my left arm, I had injured my shoulder. I injured my shoulder, and it took a lot of like strengthening to get back to. It was really hard knowing that like, especially because I could be as dominant as I can in my right hand, but you have to be both handed. Like you have to know how to go
Definitely, I
left.
agree.
So it took a lot of strengthening to get like my left arm back.
How did that injury come about?
I had
We have a lot of different. Nielle is put into so many different positions where she has to guard the best player. Just a lot of wear and tear, a lot of getting hits, and just taking charges. And so it's a little bit of wear and tear, and she's strengthening that every day.
Okay. So you said she's a combo guard. There's trainings you're doing with her differently than other players, or is it all the same?
Well, every player has to be able to post up, has to be able to dribble and shoot. So she just works. She's been working really hard on it throughout all these years to be a shooter, to be a slasher, a finisher. So the routine is all the same. She's just, she's talented, she's gifted, and she works at that.
Okay.
And her size
Yeah.
is what takes it all. You can have someone who's 5'5" and want to post up, but she has the size to do it,
Yes.
to rebound, to dominate.
Now, what were you doing to get better during that injury?
listening to my coaches. Like she stretches me a lot. Like a lot. Like I just had her stretch me yesterday.
Yeah.
Just a lot of doing exercises, not like rushing myself. Because like you rush yourself is not gonna make anything better. So you gotta like take your time with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, how long did that injury last?
How long was it? Like 3 months.
About 3 months. What is it like to see one of your players injured?
Her injury was very different from other injuries. She was very positive, and I think that's what helped the healing process. She was never down. She talked us up. She just looked toward the future. This is what's going to be. This is when I'm going to be back. This is what I need to do. So it was very different watching her because I was ready for her to get back, to have fun again with basketball, the sport that she loves. So it wasn't that hard to watch her rehab. I went to one of her rehabs, and the doctors were really surprised that she was doing so well. And it's a mindset. It was a mindset of
Definitely.
positivity.
I agree. Did you think that would like affect the road to 1K, or that wasn't even on your mind?
1K was not on my mind. Like, I kid you not. It was far from my mind.
Did it?
I just like when I get on the court, I'm a team player. Like I love when my team scores or my team's doing good, it makes me feel good. So I don't get on the court and just instantly think 1K. Like when I look at my aunt's stuff, it'll make me think about it my freshman year. But like as I got older, it didn't really like hit me until like I got it.
Are you like the first person in your family to like score the 1K?
No, my aunt Denisha and then my aunt Carmela Suggs scored.
Okay. So did you guys ever have a conversation about 1K?
Not really.
No.
Nah.
What about you two? Between you two?
I mean, just letting her know how many points she had after every season. It's more about what you do. She probably could have had 1K earlier if she made all her free throws and layups.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I count against her. But the road to 1K is just a great accomplishment. All the hard work and dedication. It's really hard to get 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have about 10 to 12 more games so she can just add to that. But she's a team player. It's never what did I get in the books, how many rebounds, what did I score? It was more about we held the team down to this much. What was our free throw percentage? How did we do? Or just in the team group or just bigging everybody up for doing well. Or if we lost, we're going to get better. Let's get back to practice. It was never about her.
Okay, great. Now, Nielle, have you ever trained with Eric?
No.
No?
No.
Would you like to train with him or?
Yeah, we were looking forward to it, but like she said, my rehab person said like she didn't want me to do that like at the moment because she still wanted me to do more strengthening. So it's looking forward to it in the future, but like right now, no.
No, okay, got it. Now, Coach Katrina, what is it like to coach Nielle?
Fun.
Fun?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun to have a player that is comfortable, energetic, and free, and that loves the sport. So it's nice to have her and to be one of the top players that I've ever coached. So it's amazing. We've become really close. Like I said, I've had her aunt, and she's one of the coaches on our staffs. So just me being in her family for so long, I've known her since she was younger.
Yes.
And so it's just a privilege to be able to have her here also.
What kind of person is she while she training? Is she like locked in, ignoring others, or is she the same person?
So freshman year, I don't think she scored that much because she didn't listen to me. I always had to tell her it's okay to be uncomfortable. Your way is not always going to work. And we had to teach her how to shoot because when you're in 7th and 8th grade and you're a superstar, you think everything is right. I know how to shoot. I can do this. I can do that. And so we had to get past those barriers. And once she realized coach was right, we were fine.
Okay.
We were absolutely fine.
But
But
I changed my jump shot.
yeah.
You had to change your jump shot. Was that hard?
Yeah, it's harder than it's harder than it look. Like it used to get annoying, but it's like if I wanna shoot, then I gotta change it.
What was wrong with the first jump shot?
What was right?
Listen, I didn't start playing with all girls until 7th, 8th grade. Before that, I was straight co-ed.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was just a huge adjustment.
Was the shot too slow or
Well,
it just wasn't there?
We're always training for the next level. And so when you're watching any collegiate sport, you're realizing that you only have a split second to get that shot up. So not dipping the ball, having footwork right, mechanics. So all those things if you're playing just freshman and JV, we have time to work on that.
Yeah.
But she jumped right into varsity because of her ability.
Okay.
So she had to learn it and she had to be on it. And the expectation was there. And again, she was very young, but she understood it after a while when she came out and worked really hard during the off season at AAU and came in the sophomore year and was killing it.
Yeah. What do you think makes Nielle stand out from other players?
Her leadership, her positivity, her work ethic, her competitive nature. She always wants to be good, be better, work to be better. So that stands out the most for me.
Can you speak a little bit more on her leadership? What makes her stand out from the other leaders?
So we have really good leaders on our team.
Yes.
And the best thing about our leaders is that they lead each other, and she's able to be led.
Okay.
So that's the most important thing for me, that she feels like she's not always right, that she has a listening ear, she's compassionate, and that's what makes better leaders. And so she's learning how to be that a lot more, and I think that's a great attribute for her.
Okay. Nielle, what do you think makes a great team captain?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm great. I think I'm good. I don't think I'm great. I don't think I'm great, but like the ability to like bring your team together, and when you notice your team's in the slump or you notice that your team is getting in their head about it, like give them that energy. Like I tell my teammates all the time, like shoot the ball. Like I kid you not, like I really am a team player. Like if you're open, shoot the ball. Like even if you're missing, I say this, shoot or shoot.
Yeah.
You've seen
or
Steph
shoot.
Curry miss, he keeps shooting. Like
Yeah.
I just know that it's the leader, like you said. I got to be a leader. I got to be strong for my team. I can't let myself get in a slump, because once my team see me in a slump, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Nielle's down." Now they're gonna go down. So I gotta always make sure I'm like bring that positive energy, that spark plug. Because when I bring the energy, it's there. It's not leaving.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's one thing for a coach to say they believe in a player.
Yes.
It's another thing for a player to say I believe in a teammate, and that's what Nielle brings.
Okay. Yeah.
A belief that you can do better, you can do more, and I got your back.
I agree.
So just keep on doing it. So that separates her from others.
I tell them all the time. I don't care what nobody say. Like I think no team's better than us. Like
Yes.
I tell them all the time. Like it's like we're good, but we have to break that good barrier. Like we have to be able to like get past that good barrier. And I'm telling you, no one can stop us. And I tell them that all the time. Before a game, during practice, I tell them that all the time.
So you,
I'm the junk talker. I'm gonna tell this team like you're not better than us. Like I'm gonna tell people.
yes, I agree. So you feel like you guys there's more for you.
Yeah, it's way more. Like we have not reached our full like ability that nobody has really seen the true like Hill House girls basketball team right now.
How do you plan to get there?
Like practice. I gotta bring. How do I say this? I gotta bring that energy out of my teammates. Like they're not gonna like that I'm always up them, but it's gonna make us better. Like it's like you need to bring that out of them, that hard work. Like you got to bring their true self out.
So how do you boost your teammates up after a loss?
Well, I'm gonna tell you true. I'm gonna tell you true. Like I remember when we weren't like we were losing. I like told them my shit. I was like, do y'all not get tired of losing? Like that feeling of losing sucks. Like losing sucks. And I also would tell them like, I need you to do this. Like I know you can do it, but why aren't you doing it? Like I know you can do it. Do it. Like coach needs it from you. We need it from you. Like do it. Like we need that. We need you. Like because if you're hitting shots, guess what?
Yeah.
We're gonna keep feeding you the ball. You being strong, you posting up, and you finishing. Guess what? We're gonna keep feeding you the ball.
Keep that person hot.
Keep work. Yeah, you never go away from the high hand. If I'm not hitting shots, and I know the next player is, guess what? I'm gonna keep kicking it. I'm gonna keep swinging it.
Okay. Now, coach, what is a conversation with your girls after a loss?
And then one quarter we're just off. I just want to be able to put a complete game together. And it's a lot of reflection for me. So sometimes I don't really say too much. And I just let them go because I have to watch the film. And I also have to reflect on myself. Like, what did I do right? What can I have done better? You know, and where are the weaknesses of me and my coaching staff that we can bring to the team to get better? So it's all around. I have to look at myself and I have to look at the team. Okay. So I've changed that philosophy. I've been coaching for 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
So I never want to, beat up my players. Sometimes I'll just say a little bit and say, all right, I'll see you at practice. And so they can go home and reflect. And then we'll go in and we'll talk in the grouper. I'll say something that's nice, or we got this, or I'll say, like, I'll see you at practice.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, we got to get this done. But it varies.
Okay.
Sometimes we're going to go against a team that is, we went against Fairfield Ludlow, and they're huge. And they outpowered us, and it was early. Mm. And we just know the next time we play them, it's not going to be the same. So everything's not always about, losing. It's about how are we going to get better. How did we get better playing them? Was it our best game? Did we give our all? And sometimes losing doesn't make you losers. It makes us better sometimes. Okay. So I have to see it differently. So it varies.
Do you have like an overall plan to make sure they're playing good in the first half and the second?
Yeah.
Well,
I do. It depends on how they come out. It depends on them, and it depends on the leadership and how they're communicating on the court. I'm not out there with them. Mm-hmm. I'm on the sideline. I can't be having practice during the game. I just have to coach. So it's 5 players out there. They have to work it out. I'll do the timeouts. I'll make the adjustments. And I really like to hear from them. Okay. Coach, I want to press. Or, Coach, can we change this? Because they're out there playing. And I've been doing that throughout my entire career, and it's worked. So just the conversations with them on the court together, them working together, is what it's going to take for us to have complete quarters.
How are you able to put so much trust into them to go out there and do what they got to do?
They're just amazing students and amazing kids, players. It's easy. It's so easy. They work hard. They come to practice every single day. They dedicate their time. They're open and honest. We haven't had our circle talks this year.
We were supposed to have one yesterday.
So we do a lot of restorative. We do a lot of talking and questioning and right questions. Okay. For us to get to know each other. We have team dinners. We have team lunches. We do
real good food.
Team dinners, huh?
Yeah. We have we call our auntie coach Demetria, where she'll cook. So our last meal was
turkey wings, collard greens, and white rice. With some gravy.
So our meals are nutritious. We really try to trust each other that we're not going to have fast food. We're not going to drink soda. That we really are committed to the team. So it's easy to trust them because we spend so much time together. We have open conversations and we're there for each other. And I haven't seen anything different.
Okay, great. So. Now, back to the 1K points. What's next? Because you said you didn't even care too much about the 1K points. So imagine if you actually were worried about that, you may have had a different mindset. What's more besides the 1K points? What's after that?
Well, truthfully, with the award thing, I want to get all SEC first team again. I'm truthfully I'm gunning for SEC Player of the Year. I know it's a lot of great other players in this SEC conference that I have to battle with. Mm-hmm. So I know I have to be dominant every game. All New Haven, all register, all area, all state. It's a lot of awards that I have to work my butt off for, but I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I overthink it and try to, do too much as a player. just let my game come to me and play my game and be myself.
Okay. How do you plan to outplay the other girls?
Just outwork them, and every time we step on the court, just know it's me and you, and it's up to who wants it more. And I'm gonna let them know I want it more.
Yeah. So
I always say, you know when you did something when they remember your name.
okay, definitely.
And so whenever anyone scouts us on their minds, Nielle Reaves.
Yes, I agree.
So
100%.
and that's when you know you make an impact. That's when you know that you could be or are one of the best players in the state. When they scout and they make their game plan around you.
Okay. Now, how are you feeling when your name is being brought up in the topic when they're discussing the high school girl athletes?
It feels good. It's a lot of coaches who I really like, who respect me,
Okay.
like a lot. Not a lot. Well, certain coaches I'm cool with, and certain coaches I love. You know, but
Yeah.
it feels good, like knowing that I get the respect, and knowing that other coaches know, like, oh yeah, she's like a killer. It makes me feel good.
Okay. Now, how do you plan to outwork these other girls? You gonna get up earlier than them?
I can do that. I could really do that. I can do that. But like, I really be like beat up
Yes.
from certain games. Like she said, she rarely subs me, like rarely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the motivation. I have to really get the motivation to get up.
Yes. How are you able to push through that if you're not like being subbed out? I'm sure you're tired. So how are you getting through that?
I know my team need me, and I know my coach need me on the court. So it's like, it's all mental. It's a mental thing. She tells us all the time, like you have to have that voice in your head saying, "I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. Keep going. Keep going. Like, keep playing."
Okay. Now, those circle talks, what are they like?
So our restorative talks, it's just us getting together and talking about the team and getting to know each other, and it doesn't have to always be about basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, or I'll ask questions like, how do you what will make you feel good if you're having a bad game? What do you need? Or when you're sad or you're upset about a game, what is something that you wish someone would say to you? And so by saying that, someone hears that,
Yes.
and then one of the teammates might say that. So we just kind of have those conversations. What do I need? Because we always want to meet our needs to make us the best that we can be.
Okay. Yes, I agree. It gives players that chance to lock in with their inner selves.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank you and Nielle for coming out and doing this interview
you.
with me. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. If you're not ready, like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, good night.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.